This is a clip from the Chris Brake Show podcast.
Brian, I'm going to put you on hold for 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just give me a second here. All right. So what's happening now is I used to watch this film called The Idiots. And this friend of mine, Adam Ricky.
Is this Ricky?
Yeah.
Ricky on the line.
Yeah, I'm calling Ricky up here.
Ricky.
So, yeah, hello, Ricky.
Ricky, you're on the air.
Hey, Ricky.
All right, so I used to watch this film called The Idiots, and one time I was with Ricky and my buddy John Rapp, and we were at a library in Downers Grove, and we were just do you remember this, John?
Yeah.
And it was when I was living in the Chicago area. I was in Woodridge. We were at this Downers Grove library. Maybe it was a Woodridge library. Who even remembers? Ricky, do you remember?
It was Darren.
Darien. Okay, it was a Darien library.
This guy's known for kind of.
For what?
Stretching.
Well, I
For
remember
saying that he knows directions and he
Yeah.
leads you in the wrong way. He's like, yeah, let's come over here.
Yeah, I know how to get to the library. Turn left, right
I have
here.
no idea.
Turn right
Yeah.
there. You need to go back there.
Okay.
Do you even know how to get here? No. That was the story that I remember. But we finally got to the library.
So, there's this movie, The Idiots. So we're like, oh, we're at the movie theater. Or we're at the library. What are we going to watch? I just signed up for a
The
membership.
Public library.
Yeah, public library. I signed up for a membership, and I got my card here. I'm like, I'm going to get a movie. What do we got? And there was this movie that had a drawing of a yellow bus on it, and it said, take a long ride on the short bus. So I'm like, take a long ride on the short bus? This sounds amazing. And I look at the back, and it was like about a people it said on the back, like people who want to free themselves. They act like they're retarded.
Right.
You know? I know that's a bad word. People get offended.
Well, I don't think we really knew that until we started watching it, though.
I thought that's what it said on the
What
back.
spazzing was.
I'm sure it didn't say that on the back.
No, I remember it said something on the back, and Chris was like, dude, we got to get this movie, you guys. You know, this movie is about blah, blah, blah. All right, that sounds good. We didn't read the back, but Chris was like, dude, look at this movie. This is the movie that we need to go home and watch right now. The short bus movie.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
then,
all right, let's watch it, you know?
whoa. But then Adam and but then Ricky and I,
He's got his own speakerphone.
but then Ricky and I, hey, Ricky, take us off a speakerphone. Okay, so Ricky and I decided,
Are you at a baseball game right now? There's a lot of background noise.
call us during the 7th inning stretch. All right, so
Ba-dum-bum.
show is just pitfalling all the way to the ground.
Okay, so let's keep it going.
So Ricky and I were like, we want to go do something, but John's like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Does that come on when we start talking?
Is
to
that-
I just turned it off. So Ricky and I were like, we got to watch this movie. And, just fucking, oh my God, I don't even want to, just. All right. I took the phone out, I unplugged it, I threw it on the ground.
is
So,
he still on
Exclusive.
What's happening here is
TMZ.
that I'm getting frustrated with the equipment, and I don't give a shit anymore.
I think that was background for his background.
It was his background.
Yeah, you're
It
getting
was like
frustrated with the
cars.
callers. Our
I don't-
equipment is gold.
I don't subscribe to the background noises. Get out of the studio.
I
Just
was
joking.
kind of wanting to hear this.
Oh.
We'll plug him back in once he
Okay.
gets
He
once he
doesn't-
gets set up.
He's not even there anymore.
We don't want to waste our listeners' time with some background noise.
Yeah, we're not trying to waste anybody's time, let alone my
But this
own.
movie, The Idiots, ended up being by a guy named Lars von Trier. You may have seen his newest movie, Melancholia, with Kirsten Dunst. But this is a movie that predates that, and it is crazy, and it really changed our life. We came up with the whole psychology of Saturday the 9th or something like that.
Ricky hung up. Fuck him.
We should try to call Ricky back and then just
You
spit him
totally
right.
threw the phone on the ground.
Let's call him back
Brian's still on the phone.
let's
Brian's our producer.
Yeah.
can we three-way Brian and
That's what we were doing.
oh really?
Yeah, they both were on the phone.
Oh, okay. Do it again and have Brian ask about it. How about that? Brian.
No.
Oh, he's calling back.
Hey,
Brian. I'm
Brian.
sorry. I love Ricky.
Ask
He's
this-
calling back.
Brian, ask this guy about the idiots. You're going to hear him on the line. It's
All
Adam
right.
Ricky. And say, hey, Adam Ricky, tell me about the idiots. Go.
Hello? Yeah, tell me about the idiot. Can I hear you?
Can you?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Just Brian and
Yeah,
Ricky.
I guess I can. Good.
We have two callers.
The
battling to
idiots.
death.
The idiots was
really an interesting way to spend an evening with no matter who you were with. Absolutely. I think it probably still is, wherever it went.
So John Rapp wanted to watch this film with Ricky and I. We were like, we're all going to sit together and watch this film. But what happened is John wanted to go back, or he didn't want to go with us to like a drug dealer's house or something. I don't know what his story was. We wanted to go to somebody's house.
I don't like drug dealers.
Yeah. So Ricky and I make the trek on our own, and we go to this person's house, and we pop this movie in without John. But before we put it in, we're like, let's just not tell John that we watched this. We'll just go watch it.
Right.
We'll go watch it with John and not tell him that we already watched it. And so we go to this person's house and we pop it in. And all of a sudden, first of all, the movie looks like crap. It looked like it was shot on somebody's home video.
Dogma 95.
Yeah, it was done in a style that we now know as Dogma 95. It was in Danish subtitles, which we weren't aware of that either. And then all of a sudden, halfway through the movie, everybody starts getting naked and having orgies, fully uncensored, penises going into vaginas, all acting as retarded people the entire time. So the whole film was people acting retarded while having these massive orgies to free their inner selves, and it was in Danish. And
right, eating caviar and crying
was that
and
at the end?
having sex.
I thought the whole orgy was at the very end.
Well, it started off slow with the pool. There was a swimming pool scene.
Because I remember a very poignant point where there was the girl and the guy, and like they first started like touching each other's face and kind of kissing, but they were acting retarded.
Was that Karen? That was when her parents wanted to take her away.
Yes. That's exactly.
Yeah, they were like playing with the windshield wipers on the car instead of like letting them leave, and I think somebody ran around naked screaming. Guy with a beard. Forget his name.
I don't remember his name, but Stouffer was the main guy.
Stouffer.
He ran the idiots, but it ended up becoming just an incredible film by the end of it. I actually ended up buying 6 copies of it, but somehow we got in the habit of just showing this movie to everyone as if it was the first time we'd ever seen it.
I
think everybody should see it. Yeah.
Yeah, but we would just pop in and be like, "Hey, we got this movie. You want to check it out?"
That was a really funny stunt,
Yeah, we'd watched it with like 6 or 7 different people
under the premise that you'd never seen it. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, I've never seen this.
Right,
what
of course,
is this?
Absolutely.
And what was that called, Adam? Psychology.
Well, I think it was easier. It was easier to get people to continue watching it. If you played along, like, man, this is kind of weird, but maybe it'll get unweird. But no, it gets better and better.
No, it doesn't get any less weird.
So we watched this film with like I don't know how many different people, like of all different ages, all different races. Like every single person we'd watch this with. It was like the first time we'd ever seen it. We'd have to. And when you kind of learn to love it, like the way you listen to a pop song on repeat. You hate it at first, but then the 10th time you hear it, you love it. Like this film, the more times I watched it, the more I just fell in love with it. And it was just really part of an elaborate prank. And we never... Adam, what happened with that copy from the video store or from the library?
I think I had it and I gave it to somebody, and then I got it back, and I don't know what happened. My sister? I don't know. It could very well be... It could very well be at my parents' house. I hope they find it.
What was it? You called it a whole thing, Psychology of Something to Something, because I remember the postcard. Does anybody remember the post?
That was
it was a checkbook.
That was something slightly different, but there might have been something like that stuck in the film that was slightly different than the film.
Well, it was a Psychology of Saturday the 16th.
There you go.
Right.
But that was written on the checkbook. But that was because we went to this guy's house to, see if he wanted to get together and watch a movie. But we took we ate these Hawaiian Baby Woodrow seeds beforehand.
Oh, no.
And then we got stuck on the playground outside his apartment.
We went swimming.
And he wasn't there, But then later, after about an hour on the playground, he stuck his head out the window and he's like, "How long have you guys been here?"
What are you idiots doing out there?
Yeah, pretty much. And then so we watched it with him, Ryan, Indiana. Watched it with him and his wife, and
how did they feel about the film?
I think when you're with somebody like Adam Ricky, they kind of just look at you, and they just look at Ricky and they say, "Ricky, you're crazy."
It wasn't like I was in the film, but I do hope that film did make me a little bit more crazy. I believe it did.
Eventually, Ricky, though, you were in the film.
What?
Well, that is true. That is true.
I haven't heard this. What do you mean?
Well, that was the non-film part of the film that I mentioned.
Well, tell us about that. Or don't, What's he talking about? That sounds cool to me. With dead air here, like what?
So there was a whole bunch of people. I don't really remember. There was
Adam
there
was
was an American flag. There was definitely a guy walking with an American flag waving behind his head very quickly. I think he might have had some green paint on.
Really? I thought it was a woman sitting wearing nothing but an American flag over her breasts.
I don't know anything about that.
I think he took he didn't take the pictures, but I think he took the pictures.
Ooh.
Don't know anything about that.
What a beautiful young girl that was. And I peed in the bathtub. There was also that happened, and all that was on tape.
Hey, man, but that doesn't have really a whole lot to do with the film. I don't think.
So you guys spliced together?
I don't really understand. I don't know anything about it.
Did you guys put footage of Adam into the film? Is that what you're saying, or?
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Well, no, it wasn't just me. There were other people on it, I think.
Was I?
Eventually, stuff got kind of like just dubbed in, taped over, and probably there's a piece of something strange on every copy, I guess. I don't know.
That's really funny. So you would go to watch this movie with people, and then all of a sudden, like scene 53 would have Ricky in it.
Adam Ricky in scene 53.
Is that what's happening? That's really funny, man.
No, I don't think it was just. Was it like that? I don't know.
Well, that's
I
not
thought
funny.
It was more.
What was it like then? I
can't really hear you. Say what?
What was it like? What did you guys do? Did you guys put your own scenes into the film on the VHS tape? Is that correct?
They weren't new.
Yeah, I think something like set up with some ridiculous song and something really fast and destructive happening or something like that.
So when you go to
maybe just like a slow, serious part of the movie. Maybe I don't know.
I can picture everything he's talking about in detail.
What did people say when you showed this to the guy and his wife? They're like, when Adam Ricky shows up on the screen.
Well, they were, they were, kind of open-minded. They were interesting enough, cool enough people that their response wasn't, like shut it off like it had been for, like it has been for a couple occurrences of me trying to get people to appreciate this masterpiece. But so I think that they watched the whole thing, actually. All right.
Hey, Ricky. Speaking of hot girls swimming naked, I want you to know that when people when people search for the Idiot's film review, they're going to find this.
Yeah.
So this now, this is going to be the Idiot's film review.
I looked for that. I thought I had that somewhere, and I looked for it just like 2 years ago.
Hot teens.
Wasn't on a hard drive.
Can you tell us a little bit about hot teens swimming naked, John? Is that okay?
Yeah. What was that about?
That was one of the names. But I somehow ended up with some 4th of July footage of John eating some poop, and
I remember that.
And I decided that it'd be like some good, hot words, keywords, hot girls swimming naked, but I didn't spell swimming right. That was like one of the tags on one of the versions.
You put it up on like
to get out there.
Yeah, uTorrent and like all these like person-to-person like file sharing networks. Like you blasted that video file out there. So there's probably people out there that have a video called Hot Teens Swimming Naked.
Yeah, it actually made it into a torrent form.
Only one M.
I think it made it into a torrent form.
I bet you there's
at least for a couple months.
I bet you there's a group of people in Switzerland that love that video.
Yeah.
And that still destroyed my reputation to this day. I will meet people and say, "You're the guy that ate poop on a hot dog bun," and I will say, "I hope you didn't tell anybody," and they'll say, "That's what I told my parents about you," and then that's what everybody knows about you, and I will say, "That's bad news." So thanks, Adam. Ricky, I appreciate that.
Does that really people?
Yeah. Somebody said something to me the other day about it. I was like, "Oh,
who?"
Maya Maloff.
How does she know?
I think I told her.
Oh,
But that's besides.
Man, if you want to see John Rapp eating poop out of a hot dog bun, you can make donations to the show via PayPal. If you'd like to donate to Chris Break Show, you go to our Podomatic page at chrisbreakshow.podomatic.com. You scroll down, you click the PayPal donate button on the right side of the page. Thank you.
We should have contests of who can say that the fastest. All the little
Do you think
things.
you
We'll
can
get
say it faster?
We'll
I
get
don't know.
spit in here. Get spit on the mic.
What am I reading?
Let's
Hold on.
see.
Hold on.
Silver Tongue is going to spit this one out.
Silver tongue.
Wait a minute. This
Break
is,
out the
okay.
beat.
If you like what we're doing over here and you want to help us out, you can make donations to the show via PayPal. If you would like to donate to Chris
Speed
Break
it
Show,
up.
go to the Podomatic page by
Say,
Chris Break
say with
Show.
some enthusiasm. Say it like you're
Podomatic.
happy.
No, scroll down
Oh.
and click the big.
If you like what we're doing
Click the
over here,
donate
and you
PayPal
like
on the right side of the page, or you can send PayPal
put some-
directly.
put some
Payment.
mustard into it. If you like what we're
Put
doing,
some mustard on
if you like
Yeah,
what
but
we're
that's
doing,
not
I can't
what
really
you
hear
do.
what's
if
going
you
on
like
at
what
all.
we're doing,
No,
I'll
that
show
is
you.
not.
If you like what we're doing over
If
here
you
and you
like
want to
what
donate to
we're
the
doing
show,
over
go to our
here and you wanna-
Podomatic.com
oh, see,
page
you were gonna-
and
I was gonna do it.
double click on the right hand side the donate PayPal button. And you can go to paypal.com and donate to the Chris Break Show at gmail.com. I take that back. There was no D at the beginning of that. THE was.
Can't really hear.
Oh.
So you guys, if you want to stop worrying and start living and feel like you're continuously on low dose of cocaine, read the 4 agreements.
Is this Ricky?
That's
That was
Brian.
not
that's,
Ricky.
That's our producer,
That was
Brian.
producer
Our producer,
Brian.
Brian. What's that, Brian? What did he say?
From the Chris Break Show podcast.